Hey, all you marvelous midlife women. Welcome to another episode of Choose Your Next Yes. Today, I'm diving into 2 Timothy 1:7 with a message that speaks to the hearts of many midlife women just like you and me. It's that simple but powerful idea that God didn't give us a spirit of fear. He gave us one filled with strength, love, clarity, and boldness. It's a reminder that we all need, especially when we're stuck in seeking our purpose. This is your chance, ladies, to gather the strength that you've always had within you and to reignite that passion that can push you forward. So if you've ever felt uncertain or you've longed to reclaim those dreams that you stuck back somewhere in the closet a long time ago, stay with me today because I'm here not only to inspire you, but to empower you to take that next step toward your new purpose now that you're in this new season of life. Let's get started. Are you in a new season of your life? Are you stuck and searching for clarity so you can make a career change? Do you just need the courage to switch careers? Are you ready to follow God's plan for your career? Welcome to Choose Your Next Yes. Hi, Kindred. I'm Mel, a career transition coach, mom of grown-ups, coffee lover, and God girl. I've had a lot of big life changes, and I haven't always been clear about God's plan for me. This led to stress and anxiety and a lack of clarity and courage to make a career move. I finally started listening to God's voice to find clarity and peace and stopped being scared to make a move and achieve my career transition goals. Now, my mission is to help you learn to listen to God's voice and know when to say yes to the career you've always wanted and no to everything else. Let me show you how to clarify your purpose and find courage to pursue your personal and professional goals in your midlife and beyond. Throw down your self-doubt, dust off your dreams, Kindred. It's time to reset and refine and reclaim the woman you once aspired to be. Hey guys, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Dr. Mel Vandevort. And I just want to remind you all that I am getting ready to change the name of the show, get some new updated podcast art. I'm going to become the Midlife Mastery Show. And I am super excited about that. And along with that, I'm going to bring you the same content, but I'm going to bring you more content, different topics that those of us in the midlife age group really need some help with. We need some financial help. We need some decision-making help. Relationship help, especially if we've gone through a divorce and maybe you're getting ready to get back out there and start dating again and you would like some relationship help or just some tips on dating. Man, I hadn't dated in 30 years, so it's a little different. And sometimes you need a little bit of help with that area. I would also love for you to email me at melvandevort@gmail.com. That's melvandevort@gmail.com. It'll be in the show notes, so you won't have any trouble finding it. But I would love for you to drop me an email and tell me some topics that you would really like to hear about. I know people everywhere, and I can find an expert on just about anything. So ladies, please email me. Tell me some things that you really want me to add to the show, some topics. And I'm going to play a little drum roll on my tabletop here for you. I would love to have some of you be on the show as well. So be on the lookout because once I relaunch with my new name and my new updated cover art and all the wonderful things, I would like to have an occasional guest just like you come on the show and tell me your story. Tell me about your midlife, whatever. I know some of you out there listening surely have some great information that you can share with midlife women just like you. Maybe you have gone through something financial and it was a struggle and you came out great on the other side and you've got some tips to share about that. Maybe it is dating after a divorce, or maybe you're widowed now and you would like to share about getting back into dating after that. And you've got some wonderful tips for ladies who have gone through that and they're ready to get back out there in the dating world. There are a lot of different topics that we can discuss. Maybe you started your own business and you are killing it. You're smashing it and you want to share how you are doing it. So be on the lookout in the upcoming weeks for a link where you can book a discovery call with me and possibly be on the show. And that's a great segue into today's message. So my title today is, Are You Stepping Boldly into Your Power? And I'm going to give you 3 tips to take courageous action. The Bible verse that relates to this is 2 Timothy 1:7. And this is the message that God has been, he is just pushing it in my face here lately. Take bold action. So 2 Timothy 1:7 says, For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. That's the NIV version. The King James Version said, For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. I want to break down each of those components just a little bit. The spirit of fear. In midlife, we have a lot of transitions and they come with some uncertainties sometimes and some fears about the future, about what we're going to do, how we're going to handle things. When I got divorced, I had some fears about being a woman by myself in a city where my family was no longer really close to me, and I had to do some things on my own. And I was a little bit worried about some things because I went from being completely taken care of, not only by my husband, but I had 3 sons who could pretty much do anything that I needed done. And now they're all very far away from me, hours away from me. And I had some fears about that. I had some fears about living alone in a city that is kind of known for some crime. I also had fear when I was transitioning from a full-time position with benefits and security and a paycheck that I could count on every month. And it was the exact same amount every month. So I knew exactly how much money I was going to have every single month, to working from home and not knowing if I was going to have clients or any of those things to be able to survive and pay my rent. But if I had let the fear stand in my way, I would not have been able to prosper as a career transition coach and an educational consultant. And you may feel that same thing, especially now that you're trying to navigate being an empty nester and seeking your new purpose in life, because you're no longer a full-time mom and you have been a full-time mom for years. Or you've been in the same career for a long time and you're just ready to do something different. And that is so scary. There's just some uncharted territories that you've never navigated before, and you are a little scared to do that. But recognizing and addressing the fears that you have is so crucial for you embracing this next phase of your life with courage. And God gave us power. The verse mentions power specifically. And this power gives us the ability to overcome any of those obstacles and challenges that we might face. This power can be harnessed to navigate those challenges and your changes and make bold decisions and pursue those new paths that align with the purpose that God created you for. The verse also mentions love. Now, we are called to love others, absolutely. But I feel like this one, since everything is about us specifically, I feel like this is telling us that we need to practice some self-love as well. This means taking care of yourself, recognizing those things, those fears, those challenges, and practicing some self-care. I have anxiety terribly bad sometimes, and I am learning to navigate that challenge a little more effectively and a little more efficiently in my life so it's not debilitating like it has been in the past. And because I am practicing that self-care, I'm able to pour into others more. Because if I didn't do some self-care first, I wouldn't have anything to pour out into others. And so it would be hard for me to love others the way I'm supposed to because I'm not able to love myself and take care of myself. And this also includes a little bit of self-discovery, figuring out who you are, what it is that you're passionate about, what your gifts and talents are, and how those align together so you can be in alignment with God. And that alignment is not just in your career and figuring out your purpose. That's an alignment for every decision that you make, whether it be financial or with your relationships or with your job or even a purchase or things that you do in your home. Which leads into the last one, which is a sound mind. And that refers to your mind being free from confusion, doubt, that anxiety that I mentioned, and operating with clarity and purpose. A sound mind is essential when you're making those thoughtful decisions and setting those clear goals and navigating that transformative journey that you're ready to step into and that path that you are ready to head down with confidence. So that leads me into my 3 tips. Tip number 1, embrace your inner strength. Recognize that God has given you a spirit filled with strength, love, and clarity because He's not a God of confusion. It's us who makes things confusing because we're not always listening or we're not in tune with God. So it feels like He's making us confused, but it's really us. We're our own worst enemy and we are the ones who get in our own way and we get in God's way because we create that confusion and that doubt and that fear in ourselves. And when you understand that, you get rid of that fear and you have that confidence inside of you. You can find that power within, that power that God has put inside of you. So your action step is to embrace God's power to build your own self-confidence. Take time every day to affirm your inner strength. Reflect on your accomplishments. You have so many things that you've accomplished in your life. Sit down and think about those because that gives you more self-confidence than anything. Look what I've done. I overcame this. But then reflect on those challenges too and acknowledge the resilience that brought you through each of those challenges. Number 2, ignite the passion within you. You have a passion that's just sitting there inside of you, smoldering, and it's so close to igniting into a full-on fire. I want you to rekindle that passion that's just sitting there smoldering within you and use that as a catalyst to push you forward. Passion is that driving force that can help you overcome those uncertainties and propel you toward that new purpose, ladies. So your action step is to rekindle that passion that's just sitting there smoldering within you and use it as a catalyst to push you forward. And how do you do that? I want you to identify a specific passion or dream that you've put on hold. And I know you have at least one. And devote just a little bit of time each week to engage with it. Set some small goals, some bite-sized goals, which leads me into tip number 3. Take bold action on those. Acknowledge that this is your moment to step into your new purpose in this season of your life. And if you're waiting for that perfect moment, you're holding yourself back. Now is the time to take courageous action. Remember, there's no perfect time for anything. We all think, oh, I'm going to wait for the perfect time to get married, build a house, have a child, buy a new car, whatever it is. There's never a perfect time. If there was, then we wouldn't have to worry about anything because everything would be perfect. But it's not because there's never a perfect time. We simply have to walk in faith and trust God to take care of us when we take those bold steps. And if you're waiting to take bold action, you're not only keeping yourself where you are, you're putting God in a box and you are causing Him not to be able to take action for you. So the action step I want you to take with tip number 3 is to define one concrete step toward your new purpose and commit to it within this next week. So I talked about taking some of those bite-sized steps, but this is a little bit bigger. Maybe you can sign up for a course or reach out to a mentor and create a plan. Whatever it is, make a plan and commit to it. Set some timely goals. Put it in writing and verbalize it. Make yourself accountable by involving others in this decision. So let's recap. Number 1, embrace your inner strength. Number 2, ignite the passion within you that's already there. You just have to set it on fire. And number 3, take bold action. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. And if you enjoyed today's content in any way or it helped you grow in any way, I would really, really appreciate it if you would hop on over to Apple Podcasts and leave me a rating and a review. That way I know you're listening, I can see what you're saying, and it helps boost the show so I can continue to bring you more content. And don't forget to jump into our Marvelous Midlife Women group on Facebook. I have the link in the show notes. We would love to have you. I look for your insights. I love talking and connecting with each of you, and you can give us your input. You can help me with my navigation of rebranding and what you want to hear, what you love about the show, what you would like to hear more of. And we talk about things inside that group as well that you may not hear on the show. So jump on in there. The link is in the show notes. We would love to have you. And I hope today's show was a blessing to you as you continue on your path toward everything that God has in store for your life and your career. May the Lord bless and keep you. May His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift you up and give you peace. Bye-bye.